Hey guys, it's Sharika and welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe before you leave. I would love to have you. So today we are doing a king crab and shrimp seafood boil, and I have some Damedash butter sauce. It just came in today. For today's drink, I'm just doing a strawberry lime water. I also have my mayo and mustard dip back here. So, all right, so let's say grace. All right, y'all. So, it came in this jar, and I just dumped it in the pot and warmed it up. So, and this is what we have. So I'm excited to try it. All right, let me move this over to the side. All right. So we're gonna try this sauce first, and then we're gonna get into our story time. Come on. I'm coming, y'all. Dang. Okay. Yeah, look at that. Big piece. Let's get our dip on. Ugh. You definitely need a spoon for this. Okay. Some lemon on it. I probably should have tried it without the lemon first, but okay. Here we go. Okay. That's a little sweet. That's good. Let me try it with some of the lime. It has Creole seasoning in it. It tastes different. I didn't think it was gonna taste like this. Good job. Okay, y'all, so the story is about a high school girl. She was a very popular girl in school. And put my mayo dip up here. Oh. And she was the captain of the cheerleader squad. Everybody loved her. All the guys wanted to date her. But, you know, she didn't really entertain the guys because she just felt like all the dudes just wanted what they wanted. You know, all the dudes at her school was kind of after one thing. And because she was a popular girl. So, there was a new kid that came to the school. And he was pretty popular too. So they were from the same neighborhood, but he was new to the school. His name was Mook. What was his name? His friends called him Mook. His name was like Al-Mukadeen or something like that. But his friends called him Mook. So they fell in love with each other. Oh, goodness. And everything was good. So the prom was coming up. She was really into fashion, and they said like she was known for setting like little fashion trends around the school. Like everybody just loved this girl. She was just like she was great. So the prom came around. Well, it was prom time, prom season, time to shop for your dress and this and that. She designed her own dress, and her grandma was going to make the dress for her. One morning, her mom came in her room. Her mom was knocking on her door to tell her to wake up. So she never came to the door. So her mama, you know, busted in the room. She's like, girl, wake up. You know, you got to get ready for school. She was a senior. She's like, you got to get ready for school. So she's calling her. I'm going to just say her name was April. So she's calling her. She's like, April, you hear me talking to you?
Girl, you hear me? Girl, you hear me? Oh my God.
So the girl's not moving or nothing. She go to the bed, roll her over, and the girl is laying in a pool of blood. The uncle was living there. So he ran in to see what was going on, like why his sister was screaming. So they called 911. So somebody had came into April's room and killed her. So now it was time to figure out who did this to her. So come to find out, April and the guy, Mook, had broke up. So he started getting into trouble, ended up getting expelled from the school for robbing some kid on campus. So he ended up getting expelled. And getting into all kinds of other trouble in the street. She started dating this other kid, but he didn't go to the school. So now they had to bring the friends in to question them to try to see if they knew about anybody that didn't like her. She was the prom queen. So if it was somebody that was jealous of her being chosen to be the prom queen, like what was going on. So the people was like, no, everybody loved her. Like everybody loved her.
Everyone loved Quilla. I can't think of anyone at school that didn't get along with her.
So they decided to question the new boyfriend, and he said that they were supposed to meet up that night, but she never came. She never showed up. So of course they checked the phone records, and the boyfriend wasn't supposed to come to her house. She was supposed to go to his house. So the new boyfriend name was Chris. Hold on, y'all. Ooh. So, the detectives asked him, you know, is there anything that you can tell us? Did you and the old boyfriend have beef? So he said, no, I didn't really know him. I knew of him, but I didn't know him because I didn't go to that school. But he wanted to go to prom with her. And she didn't want him to go to prom with her. She wasn't even taking her boyfriend, Chris, to the prom. She had already set a date for the prom with the prom king. She was the prom queen, so they just decided to go together. And the new boyfriend wasn't upset about that because he was like, they just friends, and you know, it's a good look. The prom king and queen go to the prom together. It's cool. So he said, and I know that Mook really wanted to go to the prom with her, and she didn't want him to go to the prom. So they pulled the cameras that night, the cameras don't work on the outside of her building. They go talk to neighbors, find out if anybody heard the gunshot. Nobody heard anything. The mom was in the house. She didn't even hear it. But she was taking some type of medication that really put her into a deep sleep. So they later find out that a phone call was made around midnight. A 911 call was made saying, the dude was saying that he heard gunshots, he heard a girl screaming, and he was just getting the story all mixed up.
I see his brother like the window. I was in the parking lot.
Okay, you was in the parking lot, but you just told me you was in your window. So were you in the parking lot or were you in your window?
It's clear the operator suspected something was off.
He was just screwing it up, right? So they listening to the call, the detectives. This fool gave his name when he called and made the 911 call. So there was a parking lot across the street from her apartment building. They pulled that camera. Those cameras work. So when they pulled those cameras, they were able to see someone running away from the scene at the time of the murder. And he ran back and went to that parking lot. So they went over there and they were able to find the gun because they knew that he was obviously going over there to get rid of the weapon. So they went out to the parking lot and they were able to recover the murder weapon. So they go to his house because they were able to run the fingerprints through the system and it matched up to the ex-boyfriend Mook. I do not need these potatoes. So they go to the house, they knock on the door. One of his homeboys answers the door. So the cops are like, we have a warrant for Mook. Is he available? Is he home? So the dude was like, nah, he not here. But they can hear running. So they bust in the house. He running upstairs and jumped out the window. So he's jumping from roof to roof. Trying to get away from the cops, and they finally catch him. They take him in for questioning. And he basically, I'm just making a long story short because this was Fatal Attraction, by the way. And the show was like an hour long, so. He basically told the cops that he didn't mean to shoot her. He went over there. He asked her about the prom. She said no. And then he told her, she told him, like, you don't need to come over here anymore because, I got a new boyfriend. So he said he pulled the gun out just trying to show her the gun. And it went off. But see, they knew that that wasn't the truth because once he shot her, he laid her back in the bed. So they arrested him, and when it was time to go to trial, he only got 30 years in jail. So of course the family was hurt and stuff like that because he still have time to get his life together. But it was a sad story, y'all, and it was a lot to it. I'm gonna put the link to it in the description box. Because we would have been here all day, me telling y'all everything. Ooh. Yeah, this is so good. I'm not gonna be able to eat that that big cloth because I don't have time to try to get into that daggone thing. My hands are a mess. That was so good. Okay guys, so I hope you're done eating. If you're eating with me, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to click the next 2 videos at the bottom of the screen, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye y'all.